Coming to you from the Pat Bowlen Fieldhouse, I'm Phil Milani alongside Matt Boyer. Matt, we just got the preseason schedule. Time to make our plans. What was the biggest thing you took away from the list?
I think the biggest thing I took away was the fact that those road games, Seattle and LA, some nice NFC West opponents for the Broncos, as well as the 49ers. It's a NFC West slate, if you will. A lot of those NFC West teams. I think the biggest thing for me, though, just kind of first glance, is we love Seattle. We love that trip.
Love that trip.
In the beginning of August, you can't beat going to Seattle.
Salmon. Oh, man, that's a trip.
Pike's Place, absolutely. And then the other big thing I thought was the fact that the Broncos are going to have 5 preseason opportunities to kind of get on the field. We're not going to see Joe Flacco or Von Miller much in those first couple of weeks, but it's going to be important for the coaching staff to kind of get on the field. Just being able to get the play calls in is just a huge point of emphasis in the preseason. So, you know, that added preseason game is going to be a big thing for the Broncos.
And what about the biggest preseason game facing a team like the LA Rams? That third, well, it's the Broncos' 4th preseason game, but that's the one that's sort of the dress rehearsal.
The dress rehearsal game is huge for the Broncos, and as well-rounded a team as the LA Rams are, the defending NFC champs, I think that it's going to provide a huge test, a great barometer for the Broncos to kind of see where they are on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. So I think that it's, again, another great atmosphere, the LA Coliseum. I think that's going to be a great thing for Broncos fans to see, to kind of get a gauge for where this team is.
The other nice thing, no trips out to Washington, D.C. this year. All the late games in the preseason, we don't want to be traveling back at 3 a.m. in the morning, right?
No. Very cool, though, to see Monday Night Football on the list.
Yeah.
It is cool to see the Broncos playing against the Niners in Monday Night Football, but like you mentioned, nobody likes to go nobody likes to go to Miami for the preseason or New York, or you're trying to cut down the amount of time traveling. You know, you want to maximize recovery in the preseason, stay healthy, and some of those long road trips don't exactly do that.
And it all starts with a special weekend in Canton.
Yeah.
I think that everybody's looking forward to that trip.
I think everybody's going to be looking forward to that Hall of Fame game. I know we're not going to see a lot of the Broncos starters necessarily play a lot of minutes, but it's going to be very cool to see Champ Bailey and Pat Bowlen both enshrined that weekend. But during the game, they'll be recognized. I was looking back at some of the old tape from when John Elway went in. He was in the booth with Al Michaels and John Madden. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere for the fans to kind of be up close and personal with the team as well as the enshrinees. I think it's going to be a really cool atmosphere in Canton.
All right, there you have it. All 5 preseason games coming out on this Tuesday afternoon. That's going to do it for us. For Matt Boyer, I'm Phil Milani.